semi-finals here at the Africa Arena. And it is that time of the year again where we get to witness incredible basketball, battles of supremacy, and to open the day. Okay, not necessarily open the day, but the current interesting match that is going on is between Green Buffaloes and the Lusaka Basket Kings, and of course I'm not alone. I'm with the one and only David Lusaka. David, so far, scores are 2 up on the scoreboard. Buffaloes taking on the Lusaka Basket Kings. Your thoughts in the first 2 minutes of the game?
Wendy, talking about the game going on right now, looking at the matchup, right now I feel to say this matchup is evenly matched. Looking at where these teams are coming from, it's not the first. Okay, this is not the first time they're meeting. They met in the league, and we all know what happened. Buffaloes definitely had the best of it, but looking at where Kings have come from and what they've worked on, I believe right now they are even to the match. So this will be an interesting encounter.
Versatility from Kokoshi to David in this game. As Ipa makes a wild shot, but Mike Bamba grabs the rebound, and there is a contest there. With there on a fast break, easy two. For leading 7 baskets to 2. So let's talk about the versatility that we saw there from Kokoshi.
Yeah, Wendy, this is one thing that Kokoshi has really worked on. Looking at where he's come from, because if you remember him in the Pesa days, he just used to be one person that would just clean up the rebounds, make layups. But right now he's added range to his game, and his shooting has been on point. So from the previous shot that he took a mid-range. But this is one person now who's able to step out the 3-point line and easily take that 3-point shot. So it's good to see players evolve.
This is their first participation in the Zambian Basketball Federation Championship. This team was in the league last season, and they managed to qualify for Shisha. Shisha having himself an incredible game of basketball, showing leadership. They call him Z1 for a reason, I believe, and he's proving that he is the man for the Royals of Lusaka. But I was thinking about the Lusaka Basket Kings. I mean, in your own again, Mondo's not experienced player for the Lusaka Basket Kings, they're increasing the lead. It is 11 baskets to 2 for the men in uniform who are yet to find the back of the net comfortably. Another fast break opportunity, but Eddie Bomba intercepts. So David, in your view, what is the significance of the Kings in terms of achievement? What would you say? Them participating in the A-League for the very first time as the Lusaka Basket Kings are new to me and being able to reach the semi-finals of the national championship, and so far starting this game very well, 11 baskets for 2. Your thoughts on that?
Looking at the team at the moment, Wendy, as much as we want to say this is the first time being, in the national championship, as a team, but this is the old Pacers, with a few additions here and there. So, by the look of things, this team, it comprises of players that are well matured, players that are, well experienced, players that have been there before. So, like right now, we're having a bit of lighting issues, but most definitely power will definitely be restored. I think the bulbs are just overheating. So yeah, getting back to Lusaka Basket Kings, with their starting 5 at the moment, the only player I can say who's actually featured for the first time in the national championship is Tengi. Yeah. The rest of them have been there. They know what it takes. Yeah, you've got the likes of Mumu sitting on the bench. Definitely will be introduced at one point. Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah, talk about Farai. He was there for the national championship with Heroes, and who else? Who else is on the bench? Yeah, Mondos Francis Kashishi has been there with Matero Magic. He's been there now back. He has been there with Pacers. Talk about the likes of Gosa Hamdulu. These are people that know what it takes, to be in the national championship and, just to bring in that A game. So at the moment, what we're seeing right now is it's a team that has the players that have got the capabilities. Not taken away from Buffaloes, because Buffaloes as well, this is a team that's been there. Right now, for the past, I can say, the past 4 years, they've always been there in the national championships. So even them, they've got the experience. They've added a few players like, Eddie Vumba, who came in from Nadi Sands. Nadi Sands, who's been there to national championship. So, by the look of things, the dynamics of the game today, it's players, the teams are evenly matched. They've got the experience. So I believe it'll be an interesting match. And, kudos to Coach Mule and Coach Martin with the technical staff, by, winning the B League and actually making it to the top 4 and competing in the semi-finals right now.
David, in this marginal encounter, obviously, I love the fact that you've pointed out the wealth of experience that both teams bring on the table. When you talk about Green Buffaloes, they've been to the final several times, came up short. But the biggest question that Buffalo fans are asking out there is, could this be the year? Is this the year that Green Buffaloes obviously will be able to change the fortunes of their attempts to be able to be crowned as the national champions? But not until we see how tomorrow's game will end. And the Lusaka Basket Kings, as you mentioned earlier on, a number of experienced players, but they are also on a quest to be able to write history, being a team that for the very first time takes part in the national championship and perhaps goes all the way through to the summit of this particular journey. Again, we'll be able to see tomorrow based on, again, how this game will be able to end. But so far, you talked about Stenge, the man that is featuring for the very first time in this particular game. If somebody asked me to do a bet and say whether Momo was going to start or be on the bench, I was obviously going to give Momo the start. But what do you think is in the back of the Lusaka Basket Kings technical bench by strategically sitting Momo down and giving Stenge an opportunity on this very big stage to start for the Kings?
Right now, I'm looking at the defensive aspect of how Coach Mule is looking at the game. Stenge brings in that full court press. He's putting him on the fastest guy for Buffaloes, and that's Timothy. So at the moment, if you had to put in Mumu, he wouldn't match up with how quick the guy is. So at the moment, I think this strategy is actually paying off dividends, because if you see right now, the only basket that Green Buffaloes have scored is from Timothy. But from there onwards, Stenge has been in front of Timothy, and he's actually doing a good job stopping his fast breaks and just putting that that extra pressure on him, just to slow him down and just to cut off the basket from him. So this is just a technical advantage which Coach Mule has seen to say we need somebody quick, and Stenge is that person.
And when we come to Green Buffaloes, one key piece is missing. For those of you that are wondering why we have a dark screen at the moment, we have a little bit of a power interruption. And the power at the moment is currently being restored. So very soon we will resume the live broadcast of the game. Right now, both teams is currently on the bench and do some warm-up shots of the waiting power to come on. Thomas Mamaso is not featuring for the men in uniform this afternoon. What impact will this have on Green Buffaloes?
Thomas, the entire season, has been one player that has brought in stability when it comes to reading the game, especially when Buffaloes need to slow down the game. He brings in a lot of experience looking at where he's come from, how much basketball is played. And so right now, that key component is seriously missing, because for me, I feel to say he's one player that you can rely on to make those decisions. At the end of the day, where you're going to see to say, okay, fine, when you want somebody to make that basket, when you want somebody to make that read, that most important read, he's going to be that person. So, it's a blow to Green Buffaloes, but I believe Coach Isaiah and Coach Bine have done their warm-up. And I believe the players they have at the moment, whoever is coming for Thomas, whoever is substituting for Thomas, is a player that's going to bring in that missing element.
I totally agree with you. One thing I like about Thomas Mamaso is, you know, the maturity, the stability. You know, for me, it is the stabilizing factor for Green Buffaloes. We know Green Buffaloes to be a very fast-paced team. You know, that oftentimes Green Creek has going to their advantage, but sometimes it has the potential to be there and doing. And that is where now a Thomas Mawasa plays a key role in terms of just stabilizing, providing that leadership, the maturity that you alluded to. So I think he's a guy that we hope maybe to see tomorrow, you know, for us to be able to just see this to that getting the match. Another interesting character that I'll go through from the Kings roster that I haven't seen in a while is Dingani Hara. He's currently featured on the cover belts. What's your take? I mean, he has the experience, he has been on the stage, but what's your take?
I believe the technical side of Lusaka Basket Kings is looking at, you know, bringing in range when it comes to, you know, the outside shooting. Yeah, because we know from, you know, time immemorial, looking at for them transitioning from Pacers, from Unza Pacers to Lusaka Basket Kings, this team has been well known for their outside shooting. And that's what Dingani Ahara brings in. And which will be the key point in this encounter, because we've got the likes of Mike Banda, who sits in the paint and the shot blocker. So, you know, we don't expect a lot of, you know, driving in. We expect them, you know, to spread the floor, you know, have those outside shots and, you know, just put pressure on Green Buffalo. So I believe that's the reason why, you know, the technical team for Lusaka Basket Kings have brought in Dingani just to bring in that stretch. Exactly what I was talking about. The inside penetration, yeah.
And the two Buffalo Towers there in Mike Banda and Richard Banda, aka Hyper, doing good work there for the military men defensive. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise that Buffaloes can play defense. They are, after all, responsible for the defense of this country.
Great move there by Wilfred. Great crossover. Fortunately, couldn't finish. Yeah, couldn't finish.
Well, it is still 11 baskets to 2.
Now, Wendy.
Get one on the drive! He nails it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the closest she show this afternoon here at the Mystic Arena in the semi-finals of the Zambia Basketball Federation Championship match between Green Buffaloes and the Lusaka Basket Kings. And so far, the newbies, as I would like to call them, but at the same time, not so newbies.
Indeed.
Doing everything that needs to be done, doing everything right. 13 baskets, 2-2. Green Buffaloes yet to find their offensive rhythm, and we haven't seen any tactical changes so far from either teams, David. Your thoughts on that? And now asking you as a coach.
No, I feel to say Green Buffaloes, you know, the game of basketball is a game of, you know, runs. Yeah, right now, the Lusaka Basket Queens have the momentum. Yeah, and I feel to say Buffaloes who have their run as well, and it's just how they're going to utilize it and how long it's going to last. So, you know, I feel to say we've got a lot of ball game to be played. So this is far from being done. Yeah, basket Kings right now are leading by 11 points, but you know it's just, you know, strong move by Mike Banda.
Sharp, steady, like a soldier he is, bulldozing his way into the paint of the Lusaka Basket Kings. And finally, 4 minutes 52 seconds on the clock remaining, and Coach Mumba Mulenga decides to make his first tactical change. And the person that gets substituted is Stenge, who has done an amazing job, showed great composure, played excellent defense. It being the first time for him on this particular stage, kudos to the young man. Mike Banda fails to convert from the foul line. He only made one. And Farai, who is featuring for the Kings, I mean, I'm trying to find words to describe what that turnover is for Motos.
Oh my God. Miscommunication there between Eddie Vumba and Timothy. Right now, it looks like Basket Kings are stepping on the pedal, especially when it comes to transition. You know, Wendy, Buffaloes, you know, from time immemorial, this team has been known for their, you know, for their transition. Yeah, the way they run the floor. But one surprising thing, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, It's they're transitioning from offense to defense. They can transition from defense to offense, but their transition from offense to defense is one surprising thing that they really struggle with. So I don't know, is there something that I'm missing, or because if one team is able to run up front the entire game, they'll be transitioning from defense to offense, but the other way around. And this is what Lusaka Basket Kings are taking advantage of. Because you've seen most of their baskets right now are coming from what? Fast breaks.
So, and another thing, David, interestingly, adding to what you've observed, the game that we are accustomed to seeing Buffaloes play is the very game that Lusaka Basket Kings is taking at Buffaloes, and it's working for them. But going to your point earlier on, I think for me, it's the issue of tactical consideration, for lack of a better term. I think this is something that at a tactical level, the Buffalo's technical bench really needs to look into. Mondo's launches a 3 and Mondo's almost nails it. It is 15 baskets to 4 here at the Nasdaq Arena. Eddie Bumba all the way, finding Wilfred. Wilfred fakes. Finds Hyper. Again, it's a turnover. I think, David, it's no longer an issue of trying to find the offensive rhythm at the moment. It is just Buffaloes at the moment panicking on the stage, and Lusaka Basket Kings doing an impressive job as the man of the moment. Set one, Kokashishi powers Lusaka Basket Kings to a 17 baskets to 4.
Right now, Kokashishi is 4 for 4 in the middle.
I don't think that was a foul, though. David, I don't know.
From the angle we're sitting at, that wasn't a foul. Maybe, he got.
And Mike exposed it because he was not looking at where Mondos is. So how should referee be able to protect the good efforts of Mondos in that instance?
No, right now, Wendy, I think we just need to trust the referees, their judgment, because where we're sitting here, it wasn't a foul. But I like the aggression of Lusaka Basket.
Still there from
good
Eddie
defense
Bumba.
from deep.
And by the way, talking about Eddie Bumba, the match that I watched last week, the quarterfinals, man, he was shooting lights out.
Indeed. And I bet Wezi, where she is right now, she's actually cheering on, looking at Bumba scoring back-to-back baskets at the moment.
Exactly. So when we talk about Wezi, for those who may be wondering who this Wezi that we're talking about is, we are talking about Wezi, our one and only musician. Wezi has
the Songbird.
Exactly, that's a Songbird. Amazing lady and supporter of basketball in general, and of course, greatest supporter of Eddie Bumba. Buffaloes beginning to find themselves here, David. It is 17 baskets to 8, but again, the defense of the Lusaka Basket Kings still remains impressive. Gosam Juni takes a rest, and 1 minute 39 seconds remaining on the clock as Dingani Banda checks in another experienced player that has come on, championship pedigree player who has just come on for the Lusaka Basket Kings. Now, let's talk about another tactical approach that I've observed with the Kings roster at the moment. Mumu only came in at the 4-minute mark. Now, look at, I think there's a bit of a change in terms of the usage for Mumu. Defensively, they're using him in the paint. And offensively, probably, he can play either outside or inside, but you and I know preferably he will play outside.
Indeed.
Because that is where his strength is. But this is something that I've observed that Lusaka Basket Kings have done. When they substituted Jason, it is Momo that came in to support Kashishi. Now, he has the link. But your thoughts on that?
Wendy, right now, looking at the defense that they've deployed, so looking at the defensive approach that Lusaka Basket Kings have, it's something that they're looking at length. Because Mumu right now is taking care of Hyper, and I believe this is because of his height and just his wingspan. He's able to match up with Hyper. So I feel to say even on the offensive end, because Hyper is a player that is usually marking Eddie Bumba. Eddie Bumba right there, fading away, pulling up for that wonderful shot. Yeah. So getting to my point, Wendy. Looking at the way Buffalo is playing, because Buffalo is playing a matchup defense. They're playing man defense. So if Mumu is being marked by a person like Hyper, this is something that, is going to, stretch their defense, because right now they'll be pulling Hyper outside the paint where he can rebound the basketball, where he can help you block. Oh my God. Buffaloes right now are heating up. Okay. Buffaloes are heating up. Remember when I told you, say, basketball is a game of runs. And Buffaloes are having their run. Look at that. Talk about getting back into the game. When the Buffaloes were down 9 points in 1 minute.
You know what? I'm telling you right now, David, I'm just enjoying the atmosphere of basketball in the arena. Impressive figures there from Eddie Cooper, the man that's finally leading the Buffaloes run. Real quick launches there.
Oh my word! The house is, oh my God! Boo-boo! Boo-boo right there with the serious crossover.
That was nasty. You don't have to do your brain like that.
Oh my God!
You don't have to do your brain like that. Come on.
Beautiful in and out.
I mean, David, you so accurately described, the basketball is about runs, and once Buffaloes get theirs, it will now be a brilliant pass there from, and unfortunately, she couldn't finish. You accurately spoke about Buffaloes finally getting their run and being able to find their offensive rhythm, and so far we've seen that they can fire from range and they can also play from inside. And I think right now competition has officially started.
Indeed, indeed. So right now it's all about how both teams are going to come out in the second half. Yeah, because basketball is all about the way you start and the way you finish, and the way you just manage yourself in between. So right now I believe this is a 2-point game. So we've got a lot of basketball to be played. We're talking about 3 more quarters. Yeah. So this game is far from being we don't even know who's going to carry the day at the end of the day. So this game, for me, I feel to say it's who wants it the most.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. The stakes are high here at the NASDAQ Arena, and obviously basketball fans from all over the city and the country at large have gathered here in Lusaka to witness history in the making as two teams that have never had a shot at the national championship battle it out to be able to get an opportunity to play in the finals. Right now we have celebrities in the house, Red Joker and Angie obviously in the house, being able to come here and witness the great game of basketball. And of course other scores of people gathered here at the NASDAQ Arena from all walks of life. One thing about NASDAQ, David, is that we welcome everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. You could be, a Mzungu, whatever, and I hope our Mzungu is not watching right now. Listen, the only crazy Mzungu I know. So it's obviously going to be interesting. It's obviously, David, going to be interesting this afternoon as we wait to witness what this game will be able to translate into. But so far it is Poker Shishi for the Lusaka Basket Kings, who has opened the momentum and carrying the Royals of Lusaka on his back as they endeavor and embark on the important journey of writing history, as this is their first season in the Zambian Super League basketball. And at the same time, this is actually something that everybody is looking forward to. Right now, featuring continuing from where he left off, and even the scores, 19 apiece. Eddie Bumba launches the beat, and Eddie Bumba misses. It is a fast break opportunity. Set one on the low. Good transition basketball game from the Lusaka Royals, and the Royal fans in this NASDAQ Arena are going crazy as the epic showdown continues here in Lusaka. It is the Zambian Basketball Federation semi-final in the national championship. It is a 2-game series. Today is the first game. Mumu thinks about it, but changes his mind.
So the way the game started is the way it's starting at the moment. And Poker Shishi being the man of the moment, he's carrying Lusaka Basket Kings on his shoulders at the moment. Pulls up for mid-range. That's the second miss.
Another steal there. Impressive defense there from Basket Kings. 5-3, almost loses it. Good steal from Sinakwela Luminda. Hold this goal, ladies and gentlemen. Manages to find back at the players, extending his lead to 4 points, and now the steal. Unfortunately, active hands from Wilfred secure.
So you're live on Facebook right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Tactical approach, speed, and everything. So we're going to look at it right now. Momo tries, Momo lays it, but unfortunately Momo fails to finish before the Lusaka basket goes.
Wendy, right now this game is all about pace. Both teams are competing when it comes to pace. So right now it's who's going to run fast and who's going to convert.
And you know, for me, one thing that is very impressive, I must say, about the Lusaka Basket Kings is that the majority of them on this roster are what you would call old legs. But they're able to match up with the young legs of Timothy, Eddie Gumba, and Wilfred for Green Buffaloes. Richard Wender there scoring his first free throw for the military men this afternoon who are taking on the Lusaka Basket Kings.
Wendy, with basketball, you can have the young legs, but if they don't know how to run the floor, even the old legs will matter. I'm telling you.
I hope you're not playing in the finals.
Who knows?
That answer is worrying me. We might just see you switching up to material magic after this day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So looking at right now Buffaloes have got the fastest guy in the league. Talking about Timothy, and right now he's invisible. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not about how quick you are; it's how you use your speed. Yeah. So right now, look at the person who's guarding Timothy. Yeah. We are talking about a player like Farai. Talking of a player, they keep switching up with Dingani. Yeah, Farai is just coming back from a serious injury. This is one person that we thought to say he's not going to come back to basketball, but he's able to.
3-point there that Eddie Gumba just shot in his face. It is 26 basket apiece, 7 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Green Buffaloes on the attack. Mike Van der Haas for the rebound, but the Lusaka Basket Kings managed to get the steal, and it is Dingani Banda. Dingani
Hara.
Dingani Hara.
I know he's from the east, but he's not a banda.
This Dingani arrangement. Yeah, but Dingani there using his basketball wits to be able to get a foul on Eddie Gumba.
So right now the game is tied at 26 apiece. When is the last time you saw Nasdaq being this bad? Fans coming in such a magnitude. Mike Banda right there, rebounds, ends himself a trip to the charity line.
So it is 26 baskets for each team and 6 minutes remaining on the clock here at the Nasdaq Arena. And David, the magnitude of the crowd that we're seeing here at the Nasdaq Arena just shows how much Zambians love the game of basketball and how much they treasure the local talent. And for me, I think it's an opportunity for the corporates right now that may be listening to us to be able to tap into this demography that we're seeing here with all kinds of people, David, that are flocking to this particular place to be able to watch the game of basketball here. And it is not disappointing, it is living up to its hype. Dingani launches, Dingani releases. Buffalo secure a decent rebound. Eddie Gumba, Wilfred launches, Wilfred! It just rings out. But Buffalo's company secured the rebound courtesy of Emmanuel.
Wendy, talking about the corporate world tapping into what basketball has to offer, especially when it comes to the following. And I feel to say with basketball as well, we need to do a very, very good job when it comes to marketing our product as well. Because right now we have what it takes for the corporate world to tap in. that I feel to say we are really slow when it comes to creating that product that we can actually tap in, because looking at how hard how hard we go when it comes letting the corporate world of what basketball is able to offer them. I feel to say we need to do a good job. We need to reach out. We need to make them we need to make them know to say Eddie Bumba right there launches but misses. We need to let them know to say we have what it takes and we can pull the crowds. Yeah, and it's with such events that we can invite them in and show them to say this is what we are all about.
So whoever is watching and listening to us right now from wherever you are, please make your way to Lusaka Arena and witness the epic showdown between Green Buffaloes and the Lusaka Basket Kings as they battle it out in the semi-finals of the Zambian Basketball Federation National Championship. Game 1. Wilfred launches, Wilfred misses. Hyper clears the rebound for Buffaloes and again sends it to Eddie Bumba. Eddie Bumba thinks twice, launches, and he connects on the other. Now, David, I think let's talk about this young man. The last time I saw Eddie Bumba play this kind of not only heroic but superb, excellent, high efficient basketball was when he was playing for Denver.
Indeed, Wendy. Right now, Eddie Bumba has found his stroke. This is one player that you do not want to get heated up, because if you look at his basketball, sometimes you might feel to say his basketball is unorthodox, because he's one person that will shoot anywhere. Yeah, his accuracy when it comes to shooting is remarkable. So
turns it over for the Lusaka Basket Kings on that unfortunate play. 4 minutes 24 seconds remaining on the clock. It is 32 baskets to 28. Buffaloes back in the lead, and Coach Isaiah has made some changes as well. Emmanuel is on the floor, who is more defensive, and I think today we're likely to see a whole lot of playtime for Wilfred, who is filling in the shoes of Thomas Mawasa, who's not around for Green Buffaloes.
Indeed, and looking at their starting point guard Timothy, he picked up his second foul in the first quarter, and I believe we might only see him maybe towards the end of the quarter or in the third quarter.
Mike Banda there doing the Lord's work on Joshua Cooper in the paint, extending the lead for Green Buffaloes to 6 points. Chesson muscling his way to the paint, and unfortunately he is swarmed by the blue jerseys from Buffaloes. Costa Abdullah secures the possession. Costa launches from beyond the arc, unfortunately. Easy peak for Mike Banda. Eddie Bumba on the 3. 1-2 pass, and it's raining here.
Buffaloes right now are putting on a shooting clinic.
David, I don't know who's watching this game and is on their way to the arena, but what would like you to do as you are carrying gymnastics, please get an umbrella for us somewhere, because it is raining.
It's raining threes at the moment.
Green Buffaloes is shooting lights out. Hyper with the layup, Hyper on the pick now. Mike Banda goes
the roof goal! Oh my word!
he drops the ball.
Talk about confidence!
Green Buffaloes knows it right now is saying it's not enough that we can shoot you guys in the Lusaka Basket Kings Cup, but you know what? We can drop bombs on you, and the man to do that is Mike Banda.
Wendy, that's something we rarely see from Mike Banda, attacking from the three-point line, getting in there and punching.
I mean, just look at the confidence. Extraordinary. Brilliant play from Mike Banda. And what a way to be able to entertain the crowd that have come from all over the country to watch this beautiful game of basketball, which is delivering to its expectations as it is a semi-final, game 1 of the 2-game series. And right now it's 39 to 28. Green Buffaloes in the lead. 3 minutes 10 seconds remaining on the clock. How is the Lusaka Basket Kings going to respond? Well, they've been there, they have the experience. It's not something that's new to them. But we can only see how they're going to respond at the moment.
Wendy, I feel to say Lusaka Basket Kings right now, they need to have an answer for the gods of Green Buffaloes, especially Eddie Vumba and Wilfred. And you know, they've got the likes of Tiwi. Tiwi is known for his defensive lockdown. Yeah? You have Stengi, who started the game and locked down Timothy. And right now, these two are on the bench. I feel to say these are the two guys that Coach Mule should actually look at to say Wilfred and Eddie Vumba are giving us headaches. Let's lock them down.
Very true. I totally agree with you. And I think Eddie
Look at that.
Be on the arc. Unfortunately, Eddie cuts the net from beyond the arc. Jensen beats up the rebound. It is a 3-on-2 attack. Farid fails to find not even the rim. Lusaka launches, Lusaka connects. Like you said, it's about coming up with the response. They're able to keep the team alive. Lusaka there, showing his experience on that particular play. High pass there, but good defense.
Wendy, that goal, Wendy. How do you justify somebody running and jumping up straight? Because right now, where I'm seated right now, I noticed that the referee said to say he went up straight, but Mike Banda was going forward. Yeah, there was contact. There was body contact. Anyway, we'll give it a benefit of the doubt. You know, right now, you know, referees, you know, the game of basketball is all about how the referee interprets what he sees. So, you know, yeah, we don't want them to be right now. Look at that.
Now in their first quarter, we saw Kokishishi baiting Mike Banda to come out to guard him from the perimeter, and then he has all these options, a shot or a drive, and he's just cleaning up the rebound.
Indeed, Wendy. You know, there was everything wrong about that face bounce by Mike Banda. I thought you said that was the trouble. I don't know how Luko missed that.
Yeah, he thought that was supposed to be a turnover.
Yeah.
And Mike Banda could have just held that ball and probably give his teammates a chance to move around on the court, see themselves. Wilfred launches, and Wilfred nearly connects. Fast break opportunity there. Intercepted by the fastest man in the league, Timothy from Green Buffaloes, aka the Flash, the fastest man in Zambian basketball at the moment.
Yeah, no, getting back to your point, talking about Paul Kasheje, I feel to say his coaches just need to input that confidence in him. Because he's one person that can actually shoot. If he's been dead by Mike Banda, let him take a jumper. Yeah, I know he's going to miss one or two, but once he gets the rhythm, that's it. Yeah, we saw from the beginning of the game to say he can shoot a basketball. So he just needs to have the confidence to say, I can shoot. Yeah, let him keep shooting the basketball. Wide open, that's not a bad shot. If you're wide open, take the jumper. That's not a bad shot. So I feel to say the coaches actually need to remind him to say, hey, keep shooting the basketball. You are going to get your rhythm back.
Tiwi, goal there from Tawanda, goal there from the Lusaka Basket Kings, return to the team. Good return there from Wilfred. And Green Buffaloes is doing everything possible at the moment to make it difficult for the Kings to have an easy path to the basket. Hondo's there protesting, feeling like there was a foul, but referee Vickett stands his ground. And I know that he understands that currently the stakes are high and you have to be very careful with the calls that you make. But David, right now, I think Lusaka Basket Kings just need to, you know, like you said earlier on, the most important thing in this particular game is the response. You know, when the other team has a run and you sort of, you know, when they figure you out. And I think that is where basketball seemingly starts.
Indeed.
And the national championship is, in my view, a stage for tactics.
Indeed.
It's not about the history. I mean, earlier on, we talk about the marvelous history that merits respect for the